Wow.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I joined to tell
Yeah,
you that your audio wasn't working because I texted you and you didn't see it. So I was like, oh, I better join and see if he can fix that.
yeah. What a start. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you actually got to restart everything. So it seems like everything's working now, which is good. So as I was trying to explain to everyone what the show was going to be about, if you can read lips, that's good. Um, Let me know what you thought I was saying. But we're gonna have a show about some of the stuff that has been happening with the lost cryptids. We're gonna actually talk about gathering evidence, uh, presenting it to scientists, and trying to upgrade the way we do that. Um, take some questions from the chat. Whatever you guys got, we'll answer it the best of our abilities. Talk about some future things and go from there. So I'm glad you guys can hear me finally. 9 minutes in. Wow. You know what? It seems like StreamYard is really, really good, but sometimes there's issues, man.
Yeah, I
So
didn't
how
know it
do
was
you?
9 minutes. I just saw you on YouTube. I was like, I'll see what he's talking about, and I realized there was no audio. Everyone was telling you no audio. I was
That's
like,
good.
oh,
Well,
jeez.
you know, I thought I was fixing all the problems. Doing all the things that usually work, but glad it's back on. So how are you doing, James?
I'm all right.
All right. Yeah. The last show you talked about little stuff that you got. You had some activity last time you went out. Had some audio
Oh no,
that
no,
you
the last show it was you and that one guy.
right. No, the last show was me and you.
What? No, it wasn't.
No, the last show with you on.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
When
Sorry.
you were on. No, it's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's all right. Um, Basically, you were out in the woods. You got some audio that you recorded from interaction you guys had. Uh, you ended up enhancing that and sending it my way, and got some good stuff. You want to talk about a little bit what you think you caught and what it sounds like to you?
Uh, yeah, I can. So I did a call, and I think like maybe 10, 15 seconds later, we got a response. It was really far away though, but you could hear something for sure. So then everyone around me is like, do another one. If we're getting like responses, let me do another response. So I did another response, and we got another call. That one was also a little far away. So then like I don't know how long, maybe like 5 minutes later, I did another one in a different direction, and I got a call within like a minute, I think, and it sounded like a female that was singing in the woods, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And listening to the audio, You can definitely tell it's a howl of some sort. You can't tell it from at least what I've heard. Not really the singing part of it, but when you were there, you heard it sound like singing, right? Now, you want to describe that a little bit better? Like, what was she like, going up and down in the tones of her like howl, or how was she singing?
I have no idea. I didn't review it too much. I didn't go in depth. Um, I mean, it was
But
a pretty good.
it sounds feminine too, right? You said.
Yeah, it was a lower tone, and it was pretty like the duration of the response was pretty good too, and like there was people talking over like some of the parts as it was happening, but like towards the end of it, you can like hear it like end basically before the coyotes start.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting is the coyotes reacted to it, stopping at one time and then kicking up at another. So it's an area where there's Sasquatch, of course. With There's been a lot of interactions. It seems like sightings, of course, because these creatures are very curious. They come right up to people's camps. Sometimes you turn around and spot one right there. It's right there at the edge of camp, and it's pretty amazing. They're pretty brazen, and what do you think about that? What's your opinion on why they do that and why they slip up, or do they are they doing it on purpose?
Wait, what was the question? Sorry.
Why do they approach camp so closely and
I think they're curious what we're up to and want to steal some food, maybe.
steal some food? Yeah, could be, could
Or
be.
try to scare us out of the area. There could be a multiple reasons.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if it's a species of, there's so many theories about it. Basically, take your pick, but a physical creature, a an ape all the way to a hominid, uh, troglodyte cave dweller who could be a tribe of people who are maybe semi advanced and stuff, maybe Native American, fully advanced with knowledge and stuff. Who knows? I mean, but they definitely are intelligent from our experience more than I would say apes, but they're pretty amazing creatures, and they seem to play games and maybe even practice. They're young, are training to, evolving, basically to hide from people all the time. So, if you guys got any questions, make sure you put them in the chat.
Yeah,
It can be
Robert has a
be all
question.
caps. Yeah, put them in all caps and stuff.
Robert said, "How many Yoopers or Bigfoots do you think?" Wait, wait. Yoopers are the people that live up there.
Oh yes, they live up in the UP, Upper
How many
Peninsula.
Yoopers do you think? Wait, what?
How many Yoopers do you think see Bigfoot during deer hunting camp, but don't report it? A lot. A lot of people don't report these uh, creatures when they see them because it scares them. It changes their world, especially if they never thought about it, believed about it, made fun about it in school or in
Or
any
they
part of
just,
their life.
or they just think it's just another human. Don't think much of it.
So, how many up there? Probably a lot. You're talking about dozens and dozens of people who, report them, and how many don't report them? A lot
I
more.
guess it
So,
depends.
for every one report, how many don't report them? And from our experience up there, we've had amazing activity that we caught, on video and on audio, and basically have, we have full encounters on video or audio that can be heard of us encountering or having stuff thrown at us or stuff thrown in the water, at up in the UP and but at other locations too. Stuff being thrown in the water and uh, going after stuff that goes around in circles with us and avoids the flare. But we have a team member turns around and sees a big silhouette and turns off the trail. So we have all these encounters actually on audio at least, and some on video that you can see that we'll be putting out. But they get very close. So, well, I think a lot of people see them. But we need to get evidence of them. Find good evidence, which we do, but present it and catch it in a way that scientists want to take a look at. Because there's a lot of people trying to research and gather stuff, right? But scientists and people who would actually move the ball forward uh, don't even look at it, don't want to, or it's not good enough in their eyes. And I think some of it is because it is not good enough yet. So we got to step up our game. We got to actually do the scientific process. We got to actually sterilize when you're collecting DNA, sterilize your equipment, put it away, and find stuff where you can test it to see what it is. So, James, what what's some stuff do you think that people can improve upon that you have that you in general think about? Like, how what do you ever think about how you can improve when the next expedition that you go on? We got one going coming up
Uh,
soon. We got a big one coming up soon. How are you preparing and stuff to do this one?
uh, I don't know.
James is just sitting back and just like, just do what I always do.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't really got to change anything.
No, it really works, right? Right. Uh, putting James on the spot a little bit, but we're gonna be, primitive camping out in the woods a little bit and in the area, that should have hopefully some good activity going on. So, but that'll be coming up here soon. Anyways,
Are you Oh wait, that might be classified. Uh, are are
uh,
you speaking at any conferences coming soon?
yes, actually, I am. That's a good portion of or part to bring up is I am speaking at the I think it's Bigfoot Discovery Days in West Branch, Michigan. Um, it's going to be a nice conference presented by hosted by Phil Shaw of the West Branch Bigfoot Community Group, and he is a wonderful guy. He has this conference in September, and he has another one in April that he always does each and every year, and they're really good, fantastic. And West Branch, the town is currently called the Bigfoot capital of Michigan. You can drive through there, and they have their sign and everything. And basically, it's a good central location of a lot of sightings and activity around it, uh, on all sides of it. So, truly might be the Bigfoot capital of Michigan. But so I'll be speaking at that event. I know we'll have Val, another group member, associate, speaking, and we have some other great people. So gonna be an awesome little event. I know you've been there and several of them, James. So I know you're probably gonna
Yeah.
go and are excited and stuff. Of course, they're a great little place to hang out and talk to people. Get reports, get stories, and see what people have as evidence. That they show us, and because a lot of people, we talk to people that haven't told their story, in 20 years, and all of a sudden they have stuff, and possible good tracks and stuff. So hopefully we'll see those coming out pretty soon. But we got some videos and evidence and stuff. Like I said, encounters that will be coming out on video soon. I think you guys are gonna find interesting. So yeah, yeah. But let's get some questions going up in this chat. But one thing I always look at when I come back from expedition is what can I can do better. And because every time you go out there, stuff happens or stuff doesn't happen. But when stuff does happen, you're trying to get evidence and be prepared. And sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. Honestly, stuff malfunctions and things go a certain way that maybe if equipment worked, lights that would brighten up the woods worked, you wouldn't have had an encounter. But sometimes things happen where your light goes out and then you have a really good encounter. So, which did happen up in the UP. So, uh, but one thing I'm going to do to get prepared is studying up on basic nature and wildlife stuff. Is the normal nature calls? What's the normal routine of these animals, and how can you tell the signs? Because not everything's Bigfoot out there. Okay, and then anyone with a camera can walk out there and start filming and be like, "Oh, this is Bigfoot. This is Bigfoot. This is Bigfoot," and it's not, and it's horse crap. Okay, so if you want to be serious, and you actually want to do this, more than a hobby, and do it, then do it. Don't go out there and just half-ass it, and you know, it shouldn't take another 50 years before we have evidence that actually proves the existence or something that is as good as Patty. You know,
We got a question from Rob asking if we've had experience with Bigfoot and where.
oh, a
I
lot.
mean, you gotta be more specific. What kind of experience?
We've had a lot of experiences. Since I've been with James. Last 3 years, 4 years, 3 years. We've had a number of experiences. I would say, right, in a group
Yeah.
together and on our own, and um, but total, been doing this for like 17 years. It's gonna be 18 years here soon, since my very first real encounter and having stuff happen throughout the years of research. It's a lot. So I think we could do a show that tell all my stories, I guess too. But
That'd be a
that
long show.
that won't be this one. Well, we could if we get into it, but I'll tell one really quick actually. So my first encounter, basically, I was researching, reading books. I was 13, and always been in Sasquatch, Loch Ness Monster, all these cryptids, ancient mysteries, ancient treasures, lost technology, right? But Bigfoot was always my favorite, and because he was in the woods, right? He's in North America and stuff. So one night, basically, I stumbled across one, and it dashed towards me after I made a low whoop, and came within 30 feet. I would say it was at nighttime, and held my walking stick up, and I was frozen for about 2 minutes, and a flood of emotions and thoughts of everything, of doom and the impending doom and stuff that was going to happen. But after about the 2 minute mark, I circled back around and got back to the house. And about two months of not going into the woods, I became hooked. Became probably a lifer, I guess, of trying to find Bigfoot, research Bigfoot, and gather evidence of Sasquatch. So that is a very short version of that. But that kicked it off basically. So
Yeah, good thing I've never been bluff charged. That'd be scary.
it wasn't. It was not a bluff charge. It was a very curious, or when I first thought it happened, basically I made a low whoop, and I always thought, well, maybe it was a young one, 6 to 7 foot tall, or adult, but it maybe it thought I was a Bigfoot or something. But I'm sure it seen me walk out of my house, and it didn't make any aggressive noise, motion, or anything like that. So, but I call it, you would say a bluff charge because that's basically what it did. But a true bluff charge is showing aggression, and not actually attacking. But yeah, I got really close and I put my stick up, and I have no idea what it was thinking. But I did put my stick down, and you have to make a decision: either stand there, or I don't know. I'm not gonna walk towards it. This is I'm 13 years old. I don't have a camera or nothing. I don't want to go missing. So yeah, a lot of close encounters. That was very very close, and then more recent one was very very close. But all these other encounters, they're close to you. They get right close to you, James. I mean, honestly, you, these things spider crawl. And people say, well, how do you
So,
know they do that?
what I meant to say before, uh, I mean, I knew that they did go on all fours, but like I didn't know they like did like an instantly thing, because
Right.
I knew
And
they crawl on their all fours sometimes and just because we found handprints and stuff like that, so I know that they do go on all fours, but like to see them go instantly down like that would just be scary.
yeah, so seeing is believing, and basically, having encounters in Florida, and actually filming something that actually does, cross, like spider crawls. It's something. And very recently in our UP expedition with Jason Kenzie, uh, he seen one drop standing right behind him. You know, dropped and basically spider crawled away. And it's in such a way that it freaks you out. It freaked me out when I seen whatever crawled, whatever it was. It freaked him out, and we were having activity in both occasions, and that's why I say, yeah, they definitely do spider walk. It's my experiences that we've had and documented, one with video and one with audio of the whole encounter, basically, of seeing these things and seeing the things spider crawl. So um, these things possess physical capabilities that we don't think of and associate with 8 foot tall, 7 foot tall creature. And that is basically standing all the way up and it's going all the way down to the where you're crawling, and you're going fast and you're going through stuff and you're going up a tree, down a tree. You know, we're totally outclassed by these creatures in the woods, and uh, to say that you're gonna go find or capture Bigfoot, it's more or less you're gonna go in the woods, and they're gonna surround you, and whatever they want to happen is gonna happen, whether you get evidence or generally they avoid people and don't mess with people and just let you pass by, or will watch you, or sometimes people get lucky and walk into you know one in the area that's howling or doing its own stuff. But most of the time they spot you when you're coming in the woods, especially where places that got set up. one spots you that's gonna alert more, and and then they come in and they watch you, and they determine whether kind of person you are, a threat, this that, and then they mess with you, and it can be good, it can be bad, it can be deadly, because there are reports of them killing people. There's a lot of reports of it actually, all over the U.S. Farmers, in particular, uh, found with their heads, completely missing, guns bent, broken, horses dead on scene, uh, farmer head twisted, facing backwards, a whole a horse and carriage demolished, body parts torn in half, torn in pieces, thrown up in trees, multiple stuff like that. Bears found in trees, torn apart, twisted, heads completely twisted around. These things are powerful, fast, agile, stealthy. I mean, when you go in the woods, it's not a game. You really put your life in danger with these things around, because all they have to do is just sneak up to you and pop your head, and you're done. You know, it's about it. So, well, for any interaction you have or whatever heck happens, because they allow it, and they decided not to make your head explode. So I hope it didn't scare you off, James, with that one.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But they're not their friendly forest giants. They're not. These things are they're animals. Even if they're just animals, they're not a type of hominid, or more of a people some that have some type of civilization going on,
Yeah,
culture.
what Pyromedic just said, I don't even want to think about that either. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. Spider crawling backwards up a tree, watching
Not
people.
even backward, just up a tree. Oh my god. Spider crawl up a tree.
Yeah. Actually, we have a picture. I don't know if it's on here. I can put it on here real quick. You're gonna have to. But
Picture of what?
of one, actually one in the tree. Probably one of the best pictures of Sasquatch, in my opinion, that fortunately is not getting its credit or due, or it's not getting looked at, of course, by even by the community, of course. But and people say all sorts of things about pictures and this and that. So let me find the picture first, and I'm gonna come on and we'll upload it real quick. But I guess in the meantime, we can show a picture real quick and talk about that.
Yeah, I've had many encounters as well out there, but I I'm more of an audio person since I am the caller kid,
Yeah,
and yeah, I got lots of good audio evidence from Michigan. That's what that's what I do.
yeah, no, that's right. You you have you have consistently called when
I
you
mean, it
make your
either
call
works or
that
doesn't
that
usually. So
it that has produced a lot of good stuff. That gets a lot of good animals going, coyotes, and but also wolves, and Sasquatch, or whatever else is lurking in the woods of Michigan and North America, which is what we know personally, have witnessing my personal stuff, and James had seen something too, which he doesn't even know, which is the unknown cryptid. We have Sasquatch, which we know are more plentiful, and we interact with on a daily, not daily, interact with more often than these other things. But we know that there's these dogman creatures are wolves that stand up and run like humans. That when on all fours, they look like a wolf, a big wolf, of course, but not a werewolf where you could tell a difference, you know. But we also know from personally experiencing these goblinoid stick man creatures uh, that are humanoid, naked, and super skinny, like the rake. I have personally witnessed and have experienced these things, those things, and of course continue to experience Bigfoot stuff. So, and that is in Lower Michigan. And so, if it's in Lower Michigan, it could be in Indiana, it could be in Ohio, it could be in the Upper Peninsula, it could be in Wisconsin, you know, Upper State New York, Canada, Ontario, Canada, all, you know. So there's definitely people witnessing these creatures because I have, and James has experienced stuff, and so you got to be careful when you're in the woods. You know, uh, it's not the only thing out there. It's just not Bigfoot. You ever think about that, James? About experiencing like Dog Man or the thing that you've seen out in the woods at nighttime, or out on one of our expeditions?
See, I only focus on Bigfoot. I don't want to worry about anything else. I've heard everything out there. It's too much.
Right. There's
There's
a
a
lot out there.
possibility for anything, but I'm just gonna focus on Bigfoot. I don't want to worry about anything else out there.
No, no, no. Especially when you're in the water or going on to big lakes or the Great Lakes or the
Oh,
oceans,
great.
because there are regular known creatures and stuff that have survived prehistoric times, like the coelacanth, and stuff that can lurk and possibly be in these waters still. A lot of Native Americans have legends of different creatures inhabiting the waters of the Great Lakes and beyond. So, and in the swamps, of course. And so we'll get some pictures set up. But
Oh yeah, did you find the picture?
no, not yet. So we're gonna start and share some of these other ones. So get this ready for you guys. But we got some interesting stuff. Let's see. So what I pulled up real quick was you guys can see this. So this is a guy. He's over in Europe. I think he might be in Europe, in Britain or Ireland. But basically, he filmed a little person that's on this ledge, and it's going to be towards to the right of that tree that's on top of the ledge. If you can see right there.
I don't see it. Do you have like a pointer?
Oh, we'll see it. We'll see it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you see it now. Yes, yes. So he caught this on his video, and it's posted, of course, to YouTube and the internet. And, I thought it was pretty interesting. Of course, it's very hard to tell because it is far away, but go through some different shots.
Looks like a squirrel.
So, yeah,
Just a little bit, you know.
I was. If you look at that one, so I wish I had the video, but
Oh,
unfortunately,
what the heck?
well, that one didn't turn out good. James says squirrel.
Now I'm unsure with that second picture. What the heck?
Which one? This one?
Yeah, that one. What the heck is that? It looks creepy.
Yeah, I better look at it. It looks like a little person. It looks like a little person. He looks kind of like dark blue, or of course I brightened this picture up. Uh, yeah, it could be CGI.
But
You
it's
know,
like really unnoticeable unless you zoom in.
yeah, right, right. And this guy, he's out in the woods. I don't know. Maybe he is paying for CGI to do it, but it'd be pretty decent CGI. It's not like would be crappy, but just something out there that caught my interest. I know there's a lot of videos that you can post out there that show stuff that a lot of people can easily fake. CGI is going to be a big issue because it's easier to do now, and uh, the average person is going to be able to do it more. So I'm sure we're going to see that a lot more. So we have to be on the lookout for that kind of stuff and upgrade our knowledge and process of reviewing evidence, of course. Um, so I don't know what it is. It's just interesting, you know. It's one of those that hopefully we'll find the answer to in the future. But, so let's go through some other pictures real quick, I guess. So basically, in the video, it moves around and he gets whatever it is, apparently. But go through. Here's a track it got over in the winter, and as you can see, it's not that big, of course. It, measured about 6 inches, 6 inches, and uh, was actually in a trackway that I followed right through here in this kind of terrain, and which is snow-covered tall grass. So if anyone knows what I'm talking about, it doesn't really leave the best footprints, but it did leave pretty good indentations for me to follow, and basically the stride length was pretty good. It was about I think 6 foot from each. Some of the strides, some of them were closer. It was not deer, of course, because I took pictures and of deer tracks in this type of terrain, and you could tell the difference. I believe I posted it on video before, but basically, uh, the tracks, the trackway had a big gap in it, and it was about a 15-foot gap where something had jumped and landed in the snow, and I I had to find the tracks, because they just disappeared, right? People were like, well, they just disappear, and at first the tracks did disappear, of course, but they landed in the snow about 15 foot away as a person or a bipedal, I would say, landing position where both feet are kind of pointing outward, but the ankles are more inward. Uh, Landed this way and then began another trackway that led to another 15-foot or even larger gap where it landed again. So um, I don't think normal animals make that kind of trackway. First of all, with the prints, but most of them don't jump 15 foot away and leave uh, foot impressions in the ground and snow. So okay, I guess welcome all the people in the chat room. I really appreciate everything going on. got a little distracted. I was trying to see what Nikki was saying. Nikki was saying yeah, stuff about something being CGI and stuff, and you can see the metadata and see how if it was messed with or if it's CGI or stuff laid upon each other and copied, and how much custom work was done to it compared to just the full on a video, raw video. So you know we should always be on the lookout and try to have tools in our arsenal that can identify fake videos as soon as they come up, because like I said, it's gonna be easier to make fake videos, and uh, it's gonna be harder for us, the people who want to try to actually get evidence of Sasquatch, to present our evidence as real, when everything's totally fake, and this that. So we need to step up our game and get incredible evidence and present it to scientists in the community better, and uh, it should be a collection of efforts going on, of collaboration, of like we tried to do up in the UP, of different groups collaborating and in the effort to get evidence, and uh, it worked, panned out, and we had a number of good stuff happen. So, what do you think about that, James? The evidence that we got up in the UP, the stuff that you've heard and experienced. What what do you think led to that success? That's the main question. What do you think about the evidence, the stuff that you heard, and what do you think was the reason for that success?
Uh,
Give you a
I
hard
think it was
question.
a group effort in terms of going out there and finding the right places to go. I don't know. Is that good?
Is that good? No, James. Gotta beat him. Gotta turn this off and beat him backstage for a little bit, guys. Sorry. Uh, no, it was a good group effort. I think we got lucky, honestly, of course, and like I said earlier, they allowed us to have the interaction we did, and have the encounters that we did. So, but let me
Oh, jeez.
let me pull up this one. I like this one. This is the superstructure. In this video, it actually is. It fell. It fell. So this is actually smaller than what it appeared to be, because it's not standing up as much, right? But these are pretty big logs that are actually uprooted, uh, with the dirt clumps to them. And James actually found, with other researchers, Bill and Chuck Sutherland, found tracks all along this
Do you need a
shelter.
better picture of that?
Yeah, I do. It's the only one I have uploaded. I think I might have another one, but
I can probably get one to you real quick through Facebook.
send them my way. Yeah, yeah. But what's interesting about this one is, like I said, the evidence that was found there, which was footprints that they did cast, that actually did turn out pretty decent. The evidence of something standing on either side of where a tree was and ripping it out, with the hole of the tree being right there, and the impressions of the feet on either side. And I believe you guys casted one from there, uh, another one that was walking uh, into the area or around the area. There was a claw mark or a finger impression mark that scraped a log at one point. Uh, they must have pushed it over, because it's pushed over and they didn't mess with it afterwards. So, uh, very interesting stuff. So James is getting that picture going, but this is a different one. No, this is the same one. Yep, yep. different angle. I think this was when it was actually standing up a bit more, because the other picture was 2 years after it was built. And you can actually stand up in it. And here we have Bill, the person who actually discovered this, a researcher. He, as you can see, this is it's pretty big. It's pretty massive and built up, and these foliage and logs and debris weighs a couple tons easily. Some of these logs, especially in the background, the back left, all the way to the top, it's a huge log that weighs several hundred pounds that no person is picking up and doing this. Of course, there's no machinery, marks, tracks coming into this area and doing that. It's just very interesting, and being into this area, we've experienced activity, we've caught some stuff, we've presented it on the web, on the YouTube, uh, as stuff caught in northern Michigan, a couple howls and audio that we've presented. We've experienced orbs in this area. Actually, I've personally seen one, and the group seen one. I don't know if James, you remember seeing. Have you seen orbs in this area before?
I saw a UFO.
So yeah, we see an unidentified flying object that could be of terrestrial origin. Doesn't have to be extraterrestrial. Um, but definitely some weird stuff going around in this area. And we actually got some more stuff from Bill that he shared with us when he was on the show. And so we can see kind of the stuff that we see, which is these orb balls of light. Now, this one's blue. That was captured by him one time when he was camping there. And as you can see, it looks like a bright light or a flashlight, and it's about the size of maybe a baseball, bigger. And what's interesting about it is it's on a it's it happens right there, in front of them. And he took some pictures, snap, I believe, and 1 minute it's there, 1 minute it's not. I believe is the story on that. Closer look. Um, that's kind of like what I seen, but I had a bunch of trees in it that it was behind, and it didn't cast any shit beam through the thicket, but it was about that size and shining, during the day in the canopy, which was darkened, of course, but that was bright enough to notice, which is weird. What I seen was all white. Of course, this one is more bluish white, blue. Mine was more white, like a white light in the fog or underneath the water type of color. So that's the orb stuff that we've actually experienced, and some evidence that people we know have personally caught and had experienced. So this is I think some good stuff. Is it good enough to prove anything? No, but it shows that they're all balls of light. There are orbs or something going on in the woods. So I mean, why if you get enough pictures of this and evidence and testimony, why they should be the ones to try to spend the time, money, and get all the good gear and technology to get some of this stuff on camera, audio, and whatever. A bunch of wave spectrums, analyzers, and anything and everything that they have access to. So, so Yeah, let's see. Got some other stuff. I'm not sure what this is gonna be. Oh, here we go. This is showing.
Oh, I was just about to send you this.
Uh I think I got some of those. Yeah, that's a print that you guys casted, and then some of the claw marks. But there's a different one has impressions that did not have those claw marks, that indentations like that, but are more just slid across with no actual indentation of the claw like that. So could it be fingernails? Of course, you know. But you guys found like handprint. You guys got foot casts. Do you got any of those to show? I know you got pictures.
Well, I'm sending you stuff right now, and you probably already got it.
Yeah, I gotta upload it, of course. But
I just sent you more.
it's interesting because even if this is not the best evidence, it's just one among uh, several that we've evidence that we've got and experiences that we've had in the area. Do they all add up to something's going on? I think so. Is it enough to prove that Sasquatch is real? No, of course not. It's enough in my book to prove that the area has them and it's viable, and maybe if we take the steps, we can get evidence. There's a lot of areas where you can get evidence, but getting the prime best stuff to present, it's hard. People aren't, you know, uh, most people do this for a hobby. Most people are doing this not as something they really want to do, and they're not trying enough. I mean, honestly, it's a hobby for most people. It's something they're into. It's something they like, reading about and experiencing when they go in the woods. But if you really want to like find the evidence and prove the existence, and you need to be determined. You got to be motivated. You have to, go out there. Just go out there. There's some people that, you know, they can't go out in the woods and go far, but at least they're going out there and trying to get videos and pictures or whatever. And sometimes they can get lucky and get experiences and have stuff happen. But I think there's a lot of people and a lot of people who been doing this a long time that do not put the work into it, and that do not go out there and get eaten up by mosquitoes, and don't actually experience how sucky it is to be out there and be cold and sleep on a bunch of rocks and get your face bitten off by mosquitoes and every other bug out there, and not to put the work into it, but just talk about it and talk their opinions, and make other people feel like crap because they feel like they've done something because they might have been on TV, or as something happened a long time ago, and blah 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 blah. So trying to get all these loaded and stuff, but it looks some good stuff, James.
Yeah, some of those are screenshots from one of the videos I did. 'Cause I never took any pictures. I just took videos.
That's good. Some of these sometimes StreamYard doesn't like certain uh, picture programs that don't register with StreamYard, so sometimes you gotta like screenshot it and like or edit it,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and then it changes it over to something it can read. But it is okay. StreamYard's pretty decent. It does have its funky little stuff that does happen, and sometimes our show does get jammed. It totally gets jammed where the internet just shuts off and I'm not able to do the show. I can play the little dinosaur game, right? That's the only internet. It's serious. I'm not. It's serious, and
I don't know what
the
you mean by
shows.
that.
I can play the dinosaur game, right? Okay, so and it does it right before we're supposed to go live, or technical issues will happen, and Seemingly enough, it happens. It works afterwards, right? After you have a certain amount of time to go live before it doesn't stream at certain places, right? Then it'll work right after the everything cuts off, so you can't stream to these other spots. It turns back
Funny,
on.
funny you say that. I was trying to get Tyler in here, and he said his power just went out,
Just see, yeah.
and it's not even storming.
I'm telling you, it has happened. I've experienced it, and it's frustrating, and it feels like it's on purpose and in real time. So I don't know how to explain it, but and maybe it's nothing. Who knows? But it's just fun. It's just fun. You just gotta laugh about it because it's like, what can you do? Nothing. So just gotta go with it. So, but let me jump back in here. What kind of other question you guys got? Let's see them in the chat. I want to see some hard questions, not easy questions. I want some hard questions you guys got. Some of the harder issues that need to be talked about, and for the community. And
What do you mean by dinosaur game?
what are you talking about? People in chat.
No, the Wi-Fi. You said
Oh,
something about dinosaurs. What are you talking about?
when you don't have internet and you're on like Google, you
Oh,
all of a
there's like
sudden
a dinosaur that pops up that
you,
says no
yeah,
internet connection. Oh, okay.
you tap it, and then all of a sudden it's a little game that you jump over stuff.
Oh, okay, I've never had that happen.
Okay, well, play it, James, because it's kind of funny. And anyways, it it happens. So and plus, being a full time dad and having kids, so sometimes the show gets pushed back or can get canceled at a moment's notice or whatever needs to happen because family comes first and everything. So that's
Hey,
just how it
Timmy,
is.
Timmy, we're not presenting anything as a fact. We're just presenting evidence that we found.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get touchy and stuff, presenting stuff as fact, I've experienced a lot of stuff in the woods, and that I would say, that these things are real, and that's a fact because I've experienced it. Now, I mean, is it my burden to prove it to you? I mean, I don't have to, but I'm trying. I want to show stuff and prove it, but you know, I mean, it's not. Scientists aren't going to believe it as fact, just because I know that there's crap going on out there. There's stuff going on, roaming around. I mean, what do you think, James?
What?
You do you think anything that you would say or present would be as a fact? Would you present anything of your research as a fact? Like, yeah, this is Bigfoot, or I've encountered this, and this is fact, and
Shit.
I don't gotta put some money in the swear jar now.
I mean, if we're talking like audio, there's some things out there that I can say 100% without doubt that is Bigfoot because other things don't have the lung capacity for it. But there are some out there that it could be a fox, it could be a wolf, some of them could be even coyotes.
Oh yeah,
So
most definitely. Yeah,
it
I
just
mean,
depends on the situation.
it does. And people can look at the spectrogram and see, well, it's above or below where animals are supposed to go. Well, that's what known. That's what animals are known to do. Animals might go above and below the spectrum of what they're known to do in the wild because uh, there's still calls and stuff that humans are learning that have only been heard in the wild that have fooled Sasquatch researchers for a long time. Uh, howls and stuff that were caught in the 70s that were presented as Sasquatch, stuff that were uh, coyote mating calls, basically, that was very rarely heard and studied. So some of these calls, and sometimes what you hear out there, it might be Mother Nature. It might be certain calls that are rare that are actually would be really good to present. Um, that fool people. Um,
Even
you know,
some
'cause-
owls
yeah.
out and birds make some weird noises.
So here's another one we got, which was in the area where the superstructure, as we're calling it, was at. What's the story on this, James?
Uh, that's the print I got to take home.
It looks, pretty decent.
I mean, yeah, it was all right. You
You
can
know,
you can see the metatarsal break, and it looks like there might be some like toe prints, but it's like hard to tell because it was in the moss, you know.
it's in the moss, and it looks pretty. It looks like a good shape and stuff. It wasn't this next to the tree where it was pulled. The tree was pulled from, or was this a track next to the?
I don't remember. We
Damn it, James.
casted like a bunch of them, or I don't know. It was so long ago, it's hard to remember. It's like 3 or 4 years ago, I think.
Coming up on 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it might have been that one.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yep. So now as he's showing is he's standing on either side. As you can see it to the right of the screen is where the tree was ripped out of the ground and put onto the structure. And you casted that track right there. And I believe you guys are there. There's other tracks around the area that you guys are looking at and casting.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many we casted, but one of them we casted broke in half. It was pretty sad.
Yeah, it happens. And pouring the cast and doing all that. It's very delicate, and a lot of people just don't have the practice. They should, because when you get a really good one track or something out there, and you really just don't do a good job casting it. Oh man, it sucks. It's like a gut punch, right? So you want to make sure you get practice and
Yeah.
make sure the consistency is from the plaster Paris that you're using is like pancake batter.
And Timmy, we're not gonna ban you. Everyone has a voice here.
Yeah, and I mean, as long as you're not gonna,
As long as you're
really,
like, I don't know, you're the person.
I don't know. I guess you'll find out when it happens, won't you? That's all I gotta say. Uh, um,
What were you talking
no,
about?
well, well, I was gonna segue, I guess, into the rules. Around here, as long as you're not gonna swear and go super overboard and calling people out and attacking people, you can have discussions. People can disagree on stuff. Everyone has their opinion and believes in stuff, and maybe has experiences that just people cannot truly believe. But as long as no one's attacking each other, and we can have discussions and debates, no problem. So let's make sure we all get along, and that's kind of about it. I mean, anyways, uh, so here we got.
That's the where the tree was pulled.
Yep, 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 yep. You got a better different angle. Just ripped out the strength that it takes. No person is doing that. Uh, ripping that and then stacking it, making that structure, which is, when you look at it, to me, this doesn't do it justice. It makes it look very small because how far away it is. But um, if this was small with like regular sticks and stuff, I would say that a person made it because it's in the style of a regular bushcrafting shelter. But given how like big these logs are and where the location is at and the encounters and stuff that's happened around there, actually there. Um, did I apparently they do in fact build structures that are teepee, an actual teepee structure. Whether or not they are watching people do it or have learned that from Native Americans through the hundreds of years or thousands of years being on the North American continent with Native Americans, I'm sure they've learned. At least my opinion is they learned many things from watching people, having evolved from beyond the Ice Age, but during the Ice Age when people evolved to hunt and kill and slaughtered and they say exterminated a lot of species, they Sasquatch evolved to hide from humans. So they evolved to live in places where people don't go. They learned how to watch people to avoid us. So they literally evolved to, and like cats and dogs, have evolved to read people's faces and eyes and direction and our emotion through our faces to know what's going on. I mean, dogs and cats have done that. Now Sasquatch has done that to avoid us and to to see what people are doing when they're coming into the area. So uh, now we're here in the 2021, and these things are observing, doing the same things they've always done with humans, hide from us, and have observed us and have noticed that humans have guns and cameras and things that we hold to our faces, and so, but humans have de-evolved because now we're stuck on the phone and we're not out there in these woods hunting. We're not observing. We're not. Our perception of things are not as good. You know, we're not picking up on the tracks and the animals. We're not hunting. We're not. Our whole perception and our ability of our true abilities of being in the wild and nature are so dull that in modern day these are creatures that we're like toddlers in the woods into them now. I mean, even with our technology, most people are just, and so they can easily, and they do. This leads up to why they're around campus because modern people are so dull in the woods that these things can easily walk up to people and uh, didn't mean to do that. Oops. Uh, Practice their skills that they've evolved with modern people a little bit easier than Native Americans or people, say 100 years ago, because most people aren't in the woods with guns. Only for about 2 weeks here in Michigan. For about It's about a month because it's about 2 weeks in November and 2 weeks in January with rifles and stuff, shotguns. Um, but other than that, it's there isn't a heavy uh, people with guns in the woods throughout the year. So um, these things are probably observing that modern humans are pretty easy targets and are not what they used to be. We've evolved technology, but we're not what we used to be, and I think they're exploiting that, and that's why they get so close and do what they do. So get some other pictures going.
Um,
Yeah, it's just very
so
interesting.
Pyro, to answer your question, that one he just showed was actually not the most recent picture. I mean,
No,
not the that was like a year after we found it.
this would be the most
Oh, what the
recent one.
heck? Yeah. I meant the one that you were showing for like a little bit. That was like a year after we found it. There
That
is a picture in here though from when we did find it. I just don't. Not that one. Maybe I'm not sure. You can.
that one it's pretty good. Like Bill's standing up and it's the entrance
Yeah,
is
yeah.
about to his shoulders. So I think
I
that's
think that's
probably
when he found it. Yeah.
um,
Did it have a smell? I mean, it smelled like wood. It's kind of what it smelled like.
No, that's someone else's stuff.
Um,
But it's interesting stuff.
and then some history on it. It was basically uh, the two researchers with me, Bill and Chuck, were basically walking that same two track a week before they found it, and then the next week, Bill was out there hunting or scouting for hunting season, and he found this thing in the middle of the two track and was like, "This was not here a week ago." And then the next week, he called up Chuck and invited me up there, and we investigated the whole thing because he didn't go around that thing at all. He, he,
Right.
I wouldn't say he was scared. He just didn't want to tamper any evidence.
And right, and you guys did what you guys you did great in trying to get this evidence presented, and it is great evidence, I think. Uh,
That's the backside.
yeah, now you can see some of a lot of debris. It's all stacked up, and those are fairly good sized logs. We're talking hundred of pounds, and you guys were looking for hair. You guys try to look for everything, and you have the casts that are pretty decent. They're not gonna prove
Yeah, we got
the
a handprint,
existence.
so it's pretty good, and
You
it
do.
matched with the I don't even know what to call it. Yeah, that
Yeah, that's the handprint, and
the claw marks.
it got a thumb, which is pretty impressive. Uh, the claw marks, people would say, that's a bear or whatever, but bears don't really have thumbs like that. But all the other evidence, again, of I don't know if that one's from you guys.
Yeah, I think it might be. Oh no,
That one, yeah.
no. Oop. I don't know if that one is us or not. Maybe.
But just finding the stuff that was around there. That one's you guys, I believe. That one's not.
Can you go through the rest of them that I sent you?
Yeah. Backside.
Oh, that was the tree, basically just ripped apart. I didn't
That
get a
was a
good
different
picture
one.
of it, but yeah.
Yeah, that was another tree where the trunk is ripped apart, as you can see. The other picture, that one where the tree is ripped out of the ground, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I thought it was the
yeah,
same, but no, that's not. That's different.
in the same area though.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. That's another vantage point with the cast, right there. So it's fairly good, decent evidence collaboration of little pieces that do tell a story of what happened, and it's not particularly bear activity where a bear would rip a tree out of the ground and stack it up and
I don't think a human's gonna do it
like
either.
that. No, no,
Unless
a human cannot do that. Um,
I sent you another picture of that tree structure. Did you get it?
Let me go look for it.
It should have like a I don't know what to call it, like a plant on the ground in the two track. Because that would show like that what it you like the that's like the original I guess picture of what it looked like. There's like a leaf plant on the ground on the two track. I don't know what to call it.
I'll find it. Give me a second. Oh, some of these pictures just showed up now. It's
Oh, they weren't there before.
yeah, that's interesting. That's even good. That's awesome because we can show
They
you.
probably were taking time to upload.
I guess, yeah. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, it's interesting. Uh, and that's just one stuff that we've talked about. We got some pictures to show, but you know, gathering evidence, you get lucky, and sometimes it's hard to gather evidence the right way in a way to present it to scientists. I mean, this is about as good as most people would get, and I think some people and scientists would say it's not good enough. But in my opinion, I think it's good enough to show that there was something that did happen. There's something got ripped out of the ground, something is standing there. Okay, so we got this one, which is going to show the back of it, or
Well, that's a bad picture, but I mean, it shows that they're trees, really.
it shows that they're all wedged in together a certain way, which is interesting.
There should be a better one in there that shows them. I'm not sure.
These are all the other ones that came up. So
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that one shows the length of them really.
yeah, and they're over 10 feet. Some of them are, I think, 15 to 20 on the backside. We got other stuff that we found on the videos and the YouTube of logs like this placed up into a tree. And
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That was what it originally looked like.
yeah, that's a good one. That
And it
you
fell
know,
over time. What?
um, I was just trying to read the chat and stuff at the same time.
Oh,
Thought
okay.
thought you were gonna keep rolling with it. It actually looks like you can fit in there. Something fairly large could fit in there if it is crawling like they spider crawl. We don't know what it is. What's it used for? Is it just for a young baby, maybe maybe a pregnant female, or something, or to be comforted out of the elements? Just
I don't know. You'd think you'd find something like that in the swamp, like a middle of a swamp or something. It was just in the middle of a tube track where humans are like almost all the time. Just didn't like make any sense that they'd put it right there and
right.
like not where anyone would not find it. I guess.
But it's an overgrown trail that people weren't using fairly often, but uh, it just popped up one day, and there was no evidence of people using any machinery or ATVs or quads in the area. No axes, no cut marks, everything. Again, we showed you the evidence that was presented, and it's just some good stuff. And some of the other evidence that we've got that we're going to show, it's going to be presenting on the YouTube videos soon. Is stuff that we have is eye shine that comes on video. Uh, we have uh, an orb that was shining on the ground that we captured uh, a little bit. But we have the encounter actually on audio so you can hear us reacting to what we're seeing and trying to get evidence of it because we're trying to film it. We do get a little bit of that, so we got some of that to present. Uh, we have actual encounters that we've recorded to present to see what you guys think that you guys can see that what we did, what we reacted to, and what happened, and see the stuff that actually does happen in the woods. Uh, so that's gonna be pretty interesting. The stuff they got from the Upper Peninsula, eye shine audio from Howells. We're gonna have mine and Jason's encounter on audio, and you guys are gonna be able to tell that we're on the edge a little bit because of what's going on. Our close encounter where we're actually seeing the silhouette of them, and they're letting us watch them. A very very interesting encounter. You can see that in the interview I just did with him a couple videos ago. Jason Kenzie and our UP adventure, Michigan adventure. It's amazing. It just blows me away, and it's you get lucky. I think is mostly of it. I mean, that's what I chalk it up to. Is they decided to do what they did, and that's kind of about it. So we will be showing that. We will be showing the stuff from the Upper Peninsula stuff after Jason Kenzie releases his documentary of searching for Sasquatch #3. That way he can drop it first, and then we'll presenting that stuff afterwards, of course, uh, on my decision to do that. Uh, just be courteous of him and not spoil it for you guys. But we'll be releasing that stuff uh, fairly soon. It'll only be a couple months, month or two. But we got stuff from the conference. We'll be showing you guys some presentations of the guests that we got. Some with audio and video. Uh, some of those will not be shown yet because they are still presenting for this year. And so until those speakers are wrapped up with their presentations, you will not be able to view it. And we're going to wait a little bit on them because, uh, you should have been there and got that. So you're going to have to wait and wait on that. But we got some amazing presentations to show you guys that are just going to blow you guys away from amazing researchers that we've had there and we're in the field with that had experiences with. So it's quite the honor to be with these people and to be able to show you guys these presentations because these are people that have experiences and know what they're doing and not everyone is a professional scientist that can do everything the right way, but where a lot of people are trying, and that is what counts. Is a lot of people are in this and they are trying to do the best they can, even though it's you know not getting the best evidence to prove anything. We are trying, so that counts for something. All right, so I think that's about it for the pictures that you had.
No, I sent you some more. Did you? Did you
I
get
don't
them
know.
all, or did it not load? Or
I'm checking again, but
here, I'll check again too.
something is messing with us. If we cut out, you guys know why.
Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh no, I did. I sent you. Oh wait, now it's not loading. What the heck? Sent you a picture of all the prints we got. There's like 4 of them.
Hmm.
And then there was a picture with a huge print next to a shoe. And then another picture of two two tall gentlemen standing pretty
I
much
definitely
next to the
definitely
structure.
definitely didn't get that picture.
It's about, yeah, 3 pictures maybe, and
This
that's it.
this one is very interesting. This is the claw mark I was talking about. That looks like fingers. Where I have another one. I don't know if you'll be able to. But you can tell if you guys can
Oh yeah,
tell.
there was another one I sent you to that showed the handprint next to those. Yep, there.
Yeah, this one might be harder to see, but at the very top you can see the claw marks or finger marks because they don't have. And I've been there. I've seen this log. It still had the indentations on it, and it was no claw marks like the other one. And that's pretty wide set too, which is very interesting. What did you think when you first seen this, James? I mean, what did you think when you came upon the scene and you found the tracks and
Well, if we didn't find the handprint, I think we'd have wrote it off as probably like a bear or cougar or something like that.
right? You could might be able to chalk it up to something else, but to have a structure there and
I
just
wasn't talking about structure. I was talking about the scratches, but the
right,
structure.
right.
Well, we at that point we were there thinking it was human or Bigfoot because I don't know what else can make that. By the way, Timmy, what do you say? Oh, he said we don't know if it's Bigfoot related. The problem with that is that there were prints found all around it and even inside of it. And there was also rock clacking going around audio wise while we were
Yeah.
there. And there were also like I don't know, at least a couple sightings within a couple miles of that same area. So, I mean, maybe that you're saying that specific structure is not Bigfoot related, which maybe it isn't. I don't know, but it is definitely in an area that has had lots of activity.
Yeah, before and after. And this, where a cast was made of something pulling the tree out, is, I would say, what, 20 feet away from the structure?
Probably a little. Yeah,
20,
yeah, you're right. Probably.
20, 30. Uh, and all the cast and everything is all in a big circle with it, 20 to 30 feet from the structure. So, again, this is 20 feet on the opposite side
Oh,
of
wait,
the
hold up,
structure.
hold up. I never said that we witnessed building them. I said that oh, what I say? I said
You
that
did.
two of the people that, or I guess the one person that did find it, a week before he found it, they were walking that same path and it wasn't there. But then a week later, he went back and walked it alone and found it. I never said that we witnessed them building it.
Right, and then he made phone calls, and you guys went out there, and you guys
Yeah,
casted the tracks and found what you guys found, and you know, it is what it is. You can see the evidence that was presented and make your own judgment on it. I mean, that's just this what it is. We have personally have had stuff happen in that area afterwards when we went there and documented the structure, and we had audio happen from a suspected female in the area that we actually can play right now. Actually, I think we have it up here. Let me. Now this is a little backstory. Is basically this man lived in the area and uh, named this female Sasquatch Sarah because he had seen her walk across the property within view so many times that he called her Sarah. And so he said that she lived in the area, and there was others, but she was the one who was coming around more often or in the open. But basically, when we researched that area and trying to find where she lived, with me and James and Gabe, we this happened. All right, so a little backstory is we were stopped and listening because we kept hearing rock clacks, and we actually did hear some whistles, but we got that and caught that beautifully on some audio. Actually, the GoPro caught that, and during the day in the area, while having activity before this and after this, and actually about I would say about half hour or maybe 40 minutes of that whole walk around. Uh, about 30 minutes, I would say, from that we came back to the other group because we had split off from the big group. They were hearing stuff, and that's where I had seen my uh, orb in the woods was on the way back, split off from James and them. But we came back and had activity, and we were trying to see what was happening, and we found some tracks. So, what do you guys think that is? I'll play it one more time for you guys. Let us know what you think in the comments of what this is. the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's hear it.
GoPro.
Yeah, that's actually I used the GoPro editing app for that particular video, testing it out, and it did its job. The GoPro Hero 7 caught the audio and actually does a pretty damn good job of catching audio, actually. So let's see what you guys think. What do you guys think about that?
I'm pretty sure that rock clacking that we thought was rock clacking was a woodpecker.
It could be there was woodpeckers in the area, but I thought you guys heard
But
rat clacking and a whistle.
we might have, but I thought we determined to be a woodpecker because we eventually found a woodpecker in the area when it was happening. So
It's hard to say.
yeah, that's the problem.
Um, but these are little crumbs that have that add up to because we did see I seen a fleeting glimpse of Sasquatch like silhouette and running high behind a tree. I made James go run after it. Um, that was when we walked back to the big group who said they were hearing stuff and stuff might have been
Oh yeah,
happening.
over there. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, we had that happen and whistles, whistles that were recorded. I think you recorded that. Um,
Yeah, you said you saw something, so I ran at it, and there was nothing there. I went pretty far too.
you went right to the tree. I was, I didn't think you would go do it. I was just like, oh, he's
Well, I
doing
didn't
it.
see anything, so I was like, I mean, might as well. I didn't feel anything
Right.
either.
No, and we do that here at the Lost Cryptids Conservatory on some of the videos where James had seen something in an area. I said, okay, let's go walk over there because you should be able to find evidence of something that's physically there. And when I walked over there, looked down and found a nice knuckle print track, and it was just you could see where the palm had slid in the mud and where it looked like knuckle indentations were, and it was rounded and about 20 feet away from where they had seen something, uh, where we had heard something creep up to the exact spot where they had seen something. And, you know, being in the woods and hearing this creeping sound or them sneaking up on you, uh, I've heard it a few times. I just heard it up in the UP of Michigan. Jason Kenzie can tell you what it sounds like. He heard it too because we actually did see them in front of us, the silhouette of them, and they were other ones creeping along around us. When you seen the spider one, the spider crawler. These these things always amaze me, and having experienced stuff that has happened, and it does happen. I'm not trying to say that this is fact and stuff, but it's this is stuff that's happened to me, and I verify myself, and that hopefully you guys can tell that I'm telling the truth and can see that through the work and the stuff that we show you, and uh, if you ever come along with us on an expedition, you can see it firsthand that we go out in the woods, we're trying to actually get evidence, we're experiencing stuff in real time, we're not running away when we experience stuff, and we push forward. So when we see stuff, even up in the UP, we moved in on it. You know, having James seen something, we moved in on it. having stuff. You move in on it, find evidence, see what it is. That thing still standing there? This thing moving away? Did you hear anything moving away? Are you 100% positive you seen anything? It's not. Oh, I just seen a Bigfoot and I'm gonna go home. Or you know, if you film a Bigfoot, we're gonna try to film it and film the whole encounter and leave the camera running the entire time. Hopefully, before you can see what we're doing when we walk into something or capture the shot a good couple minutes before at least, and then after we see something and film it or try to film it, the camera will be continue to run until we're you can tell that we're out of the area, or you know it's not one of those where it cuts off as soon as you see the Sasquatch and it's over with and presented on the internet as a real video. Clearly, it's already set up that it's not going to be a real video. So the way we kind of are going to do stuff is we're going to show you, what happened, what leads up to these things, these encounters, this evidence, and let you guys judge of what's going on. Is this you know what do you think's going on? So we're going to try to up the standards of our evidence, up the standards of uh, what we think is real and not real, and uh, try to push the community towards that, because we're not getting anywhere. We're not doing anything. We got crap. I mean, I think we got some good evidence, personally, that I have found, or the Lost Cryptids members have found, but it's not crap. But I would say, it's not good enough yet. And I think what's really going to get good enough evidence is video evidence, continually get audio, multiple audio clips, dozens. I think, we're close to a dozen for sure, ones that we think are pretty good, I would say, that I got cataloged. Um, Stuff that we haven't released yet, stuff that we are keeping because we're trying to build an evidence record to show this stuff. You have a bunch of stuff that you can show that are comparable, that sound the same, that you can build and say, okay, so what's all of these calls? It's the same thing. It sounds like, let's run it through and see what kind of animals they are and do all this, and instead of just one off. Yeah. Evidence, just what's going to be compelling enough evidence to be accepted by scientists is not are the standards of the Bigfoot community, or of what evidence is and what's compelling. So a lot of stuff, even the stuff we've experienced, we have to kind of question sometimes. But you have so many little things that add up to a big thing, of encounters, of these little stuff that you hear that you don't know, that adds up, because you did actually have a huge rock get thrown into the stream that a bear didn't do, a wolf didn't do. I mean, you have a little bunch of little things and a big things that can add up, that maybe you can make the jump and say, well, maybe they did do this. Now you are speculating, of course, got your theories, but hopefully one day we can show some of the stuff as evidence, and we can have disclosure, I guess. So, but let's get some more questions. Let's get. Is there a topic you want to talk about, James? What's something that you think about when you before you go out to research, or on a big expedition like we got planned?
Uh, it's a good question. Wait, sorry. What did you say? I don't even I'm really tired. What did you say?
Yeah, it's almost 12:30. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I said, what kind of subject do you have in mind that you like to think about, or you question, or you analyze in your mind, uh, that you want to talk about or bring up or question or anything like that?
I don't have an answer to that.
That's
I need
okay.
to think about that one for like a while.
As you should, as you should. People. You know, I guess maybe I take this more seriously than other people sometimes, and I think I do a lot of the times because I spend a lot of hours devoted to the subject of researching and reading and doing reports, and as of other members and other people who who that's what they do. They don't do much else other than eat, sleep, and uh, craft Bigfoot stuff, reports, and analyzing stuff, and trying to get evidence, and watching all these videos that are probably CGI and hoaxes and all that, trying to find the 1% that are real, and legit. Um, the community needs to be like that to get evidence, and that's going to be damn good to present. We're not going to. I don't want to spend and see another 50 years go by where we're stuck in the mud. We're stuck in stagnant water that doesn't ever flow anywhere because no one's doing anything different, or we're not upping our game. So this is a shout out to the community to let's get out of this stagnant water and flow into a direction of getting good, better evidence, or collaborating with people, or something. Because I watch people, I watch other people's shows, and I bounce around and I see what other people's doing, and a lot of people do get good evidence and good stuff, and it's attacked and it's chewed up and puked out by other people that think they're better, and there's a lot of you know sides and clan and tribes, a lot of tribalism in the community, and I think it's just, and I understand that people are people, but I think the people who are serious and the ones who are legit and the ones who want to make stuff happen should band together and make it happen on expeditions together and actually go in the woods and get stuff done. Don't just talk it. Go out in there and walk it. People, I think a lot of people just talk crap. And they're not legit. They don't put the work into it. What happens is they go out there for 20 minutes. They get eaten up by mosquitoes, whatever the heck, for 20 minutes. And then say, you know what, screw this. Done. They go away. Pack their stuff and go away, and they said they had a Bigfoot adventure. A lot of I think there's a lot of those people that just do it.
um, Pyro, I've seen that video. I was just on YouTube one day. It was in my recommendations, and I watched it. I was like, "Dang, that's interesting." Have you seen that video?
Um, I'm not sure which one.
Weird
I'm not
sound while mushroom hunting.
the cougar video. Oh,
Are you tired too?
no, I'm not keeping up the comments like I should. But no, I have not seen that video. I have not. I've been watching a lot of different researchers.
Sorry, it's called strange sound while mushroom hunting.
Probably have, not off the top of my head with the title of the video, but there's a lot of strange sounds out there, and
Yeah.
a lot of natural stuff, but a lot of good stuff that are captured. That
Basically, this guy was just mushroom hunting, and he got a howl recorded, like a sounds like
T-Rex.
a bear. I don't even know what it sounds like. It's like a raw. Basically,
It was a bear. That's what it was.
I mean, it kind of sounds
I,
like a bear, but it's not.
well, honestly, A lot of people would say, "Well, you didn't
Like
see
a
what it was.
roar,
The
I
information
guess.
what it was, right?" Well, it get it. It was, at least the guy got it, and it's evidence out there, and people can look at it, and analyze, and compare it to other stuff that people cut. So hopefully, one day they can determine, if it was a bear or if it's in a category of the unknown or a Sasquatch or whatever. So
And it
uh,
lasted 10 seconds as well.
you got a
Yeah, yeah,
good
King Kong. King Kong. That's what it sounded like.
King Kong. Yeah, well, that's what these things are basically. It's out King Kong out there, and audio getting audio evidence is a good viable way to get evidence of these things because they are making sounds in the woods. They're very vocal. They do make whoops, calls, barks, roars, taps, uh, taps with their mouth. There's a lot of tricks and stuff where their tongues popping noises. If you believe that they do mimic some of these other creatures, they're making whistles and bird chirps and noises that would associate toward birds. Um, so getting audio evidence is actually probably easier than a lot of video, obviously, because they're doing more audio evidence and they can do it farther away from you. And audio can pick up pretty far away noises and roars like a mile or more. So if you want to get evidence, audio is probably the way to go. At least,
Oh no, we lost him.
nope, I'm still here.
And
Just
he's back.
coughing my lungs out. Ah, swallowed some. I spit the wrong way.
Oh, yeah, that'll get you.
Oh man. Tommy boy.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back.
It's been a while.
Yeesh, I am your father. Yes. Well, it's live. The show's live, and when you swallow your spit and have a coughing fit, I mean, what can you do? You could ride it out. uh, uh, so Tommy Boy said, dude, you know as well as I do that 90% of channels out there are really terrible. I don't think so. I think that, they're trying with the equipment and stuff the best they got, and doing it the way that the only way they know how, and that's better than 90% of people because they're actually getting out there. They're trying to record, trying to show you guys and present it stuff. So if anything does happen, they're ready. They're ready to go, and hopefully you can get it. So I don't think a lot of them are bad. I think that we just need to up our game a little bit, and in all aspects to get evidence of Sasquatch. So having the heart and desire, or just getting out there and trying, I mean that's a lot more than the average person who doesn't believe in Bigfoot is doing, or where most people are just sitting on the couch, armchair research, which is great and needs to be done. But when you are troll around other people and you don't do the work, um, you're never gonna find Bigfoot. You're not gonna do anything but talk. So the people who get out there in the woods and are trying, they're the people who are going to try to who are going to get evidence to show you guys. And then for the people that never go out to judge and say it's a bear, it's just a black bear. So, yeah, yeah, there's that little rant. Uh, and that's it. I expect, respect your opinion too, because I know, people are trying, and not everyone's really good. I'm not good at, doing this. I'm not nothing special. I'm just an average person trying to, you know, just look for Bigfoot and show you guys. You know, that's what we try to do. We are trying to do it in a better way, and trying to improve upon what we do each and every time. You know, but we're not professionals in any way. We are, I would say, experienced in what we've experienced over the years that all of us have been doing this together, and the years we've been doing this solo. So, and I've been in a lot of situations where they're close, they're right there. If they wanted to grab you, kill you, you're not gonna do nothing. I carry a gun now, and I'm not gonna get that gun off my shoulder fast enough to do anything. I'm probably not gonna get the gun pointed up in the direction, even if I had it off my shoulder, in time and to take an accurate shot to do any damage or anything really. Um, I've been in a lot of situations where it would scare a lot of people and have scared a lot of people that I've taken in the woods. James has been one person that during the daytime we had incredible encounters. Stuff was getting thrown, hollows on each side of us. James is on the video, and he's pretty frightened because he was uh, first time going out in the woods with me, and third time going out in the woods with me in the area. But first time we had a real encounter, and it was a significant encounter. And James
Pretty
did
sure it was
great.
the third time. The first time maybe walked through a swamp.
First time I tested James, and I took him through just a swamp. I wanted to get him muddy. I wanted to see if James had what it takes to, to go out there and do this, and so he did, of course, and
I don't
trust
think
me.
that was your what you were planning on. You just said, this is the easiest way back. We're gonna take this.
Yeah, but it was a test because yeah, that was before I had a group. It was before I accepted people into this
I
lost
was
group.
the first member.
You were the first field tested applicant that I definitely tested out and approved for sure. Because some people get in that situation that we were in and would freak out, run away, uh, pull a gun out, start shooting. It's the last thing you want to do. And we have reports of people doing that in areas that we go to and research. Unfortunately, different people, and it's not good. It's stupid. You're putting your life in jeopardy. You're putting the people around you in jeopardy, and anyone else who goes in that area to research. You're putting their life in jeopardy if you have activity or you see something and you just pull your gun out and start shooting away. Especially if you're drinking and drunk. I mean, that's just reckless, and they see that kind of person you are, and you ain't have you're not ever gonna have any kind of good interaction with that. In fact, they'll probably recognize you. Never, you might go missing. Yeah, people say they speak their names. If they observe, say they are on a farm and they observe a mother calling their kid over time, and they associate that name with that kid, and they have the ability to mimic and they practice. Say they actually understand that and they're practicing saying this kid's name until they can say the name, but it's also say the name like the mother does in the exact same way. I mean, regardless, say learning that and doing that is very intelligent, and it does happen. And I think it's because they do watch us all the time. They watch us and they can learn things. They learn associated phrases, association through body language, association through what we're looking at versus in what we're doing and what we're pointing at and what we're saying. You can understand a guy when he's angry at you and he's yelling at you, and I'm sure they can understand when people are happy and pointing at someone's name. Oh, this person comes, always responds to this word, this sound. So, so yeah, I believe so. They do that. Just it's what people report. I have heard them yelling at me before, and they did speak a caveman gibberish language that was not English or any other language that I've heard. Yeah, um, pyro. Yeah, carrying a big knife. Yeah, I used to do that when I was 17 years before I started the Lost Cryptids Conservatory. I guess about 15 years before I started Lost Cryptids. I was always by myself, solo, investigating with big knife, walking sticks, and that was the way to go. But now, we usually I pack a gun because we go up into a little bit more denser stuff with bears and uh, wild cougars are making more of a presence known. There's a population of cougars are not being told, and this is happening in other states. Cougar populations are being said that there's like no cougars or the population's low. It's the opposite. It seems like they're actually got programs in place to boost the population because there's sightings and there's stuff that where they've never been before, and if they're like so far as down south of Michigan, that all the way up north there are more, and we found tracks up in the UP. We found wolf tracks and we found cat tracks, bear tracks, uh, easily. They right on right on substrate that you can easily identify them. So we carry guns for those creatures and people. Not a Sasquatch, like I said. If they want to rip your head off, there's not much you're going to do. Uh, but I do think that a gun, um, as it should, commands respect from them because I'm sure they don't want to be shot, even if you don't kill one. Shooting one is not an injury that uh, is good for any animal or a person, uh, especially where you shoot it. So, and you can potentially kill a Sasquatch by shooting them because you can shoot grizzly bears and grizzly bears will die, and any good deer rifle would be able to do it to a headshot. I would not shoot any Sasquatch unless it's to protect myself or one of the people around me. Uh, but if you did have to shoot one, you would try to shoot at the head. Never shoot at the chest. Chest shot probably is not going to do much with handguns. Too much muscle mass, too much density of muscle that might be on par with African big game, thick skinned animals. Uh, which is anyone who's a big hunter will know that's a class four creature that you're hunting on Earth. Class four, level four, thick skinned, big African game animals. So, and class three is grizzly bear, polar bear. Uh, so, class two is like deer, hogs. But I would shoot it probably in the headshot, knee or kneecaps. Maybe it can disable the animal. That might help. But don't shoot it. The point is, you don't shoot, even if they're doing stuff that scares the crap out of you. So you don't want to shoot it unless it's actually attacking you because these creatures are trying to scare you out of the woods. Right, James? They're trying to just scare you and move you along. Just
Yeah.
scoot you out in the woods. So I know it's late, guys. I know it's late for us. We've been going at this for about 2 hours. Kind of a just a laid back kind of a show. I think we're probably gonna have some more of these that might just pop up out of nowhere. We might next time throw the link into the chat and have maybe some of you guys join up, come on the chat, come on the live show with us, talk about whatever. Could have some more guest lines up and hopefully some surprises for you guys too. But won't reveal that yet. But be on the lookout for some stuff dropping probably tomorrow. For tomorrow night, I'll drop a little something. But bigger videos gonna be coming. Evidence videos, encounter videos, and a full length, basically of synopsis of what happened during this particular expedition, and we'll be pumping out more of those uh, instead of having them in the shadows for you guys. So it's gonna be interesting. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's gonna be nice. So and remember, guys, I said you guys play nice in the chat. But seriously, though, in terms of if people are just never are not going to agree on everything, even if you present it and you think it's the best stuff ever. I mean, I've done that. We've shared stuff on that channel that I think it's really really good, and other people it's like, man, that's like it's a bear, or it's like something so just so little and meaningless that it's like as a researcher and someone who takes it seriously, it's like come on, man. It's like you don't even want to engage that person because it's such a faulty skepticism. But I understand it because people just can't believe it. So, James, is there anything else you want to talk about? I know you're kind of getting tired and stuff. We can go on for another hour if you want to. I'm just letting you guys know. What do you guys want to do in the chat? I could throw the link in the chat actually if you guys wanted to go another hour.
Another hour? Oh my god.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
think a 2 hour show would probably be good. But I'm up now. Might as well. But we'll be doing another show. Maybe we'll do another show. Maybe do another show tomorrow night. Why not? Right? We can. I can come on.
Fun.
Yeah.
You didn't
Get
even
some
talk
guests
about
lined
your
up.
solo.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what happens. It's just a general talk, and we just jump around and start talking about stuff, other stuff. But yeah, my solo investigation, and that was fun. Getting dropped off and trekking in 5 miles through dense brush uh, into swamps, along swamp edges, going following creeks, and packing probably 50 pounds of crap through this stuff. And man, it was worth it. It was fun. Uh, and the good stuff that happened. Damn, James.
Could you hear that?
Yeah, you must be thirsty.
Oh shit. Oh shoot.
You got a little mute button at the very bottom that you can.
Oh yeah, I just thought you couldn't hear me.
You got some pretty good mics, so just be aware that we can hear everything.
Well, I'm using like a snowball mic, so that's probably why.
There you go. There you go. The solo expedition, honestly, the main key points of actually stuff that possibly happened was I heard drumming, some taps, not something small like woodpecker, but actual thud. It happened 5 times, 2 or 3 taps each time. It happened in a 3 hour period when I ate dinner, cooked dinner.
You're breaking up.
All right, I said I heard some thud tapping noises, drumming noises. Happened 5 times in about a 3 hour period, 1 to 2 taps of drummings per time. Tap, 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 tap. But it was loud. It was loud drumming, and it at first it was a little farther away, but the second time it was really, really close. And each and every time after that, it was down the creek more. And basically, I don't know what it was. I would say that personally, it was pretty big and powerful, and I wouldn't say woodpecker or I don't know what else would be smacking trees or whatever kind of drumming it was. I'm not sure if it was tapping on its chest or what, but it was definitely louder than a woodpecker would do. Actual thud, you know. Uh, Other than that, enjoyed the beautiful night. Had one feeling, one section, which is natural, can happen. You're out there, you're alone, of dread or just something like something's gonna happen or something. I don't know, right? Got to report that because just what happened. It was out of nowhere. I wasn't thinking about anything scary or nothing like that, so it was kind of weird, and that's why I kind of mentioned it. But other than that, it was a beautiful area, beautiful time. Um, I gotta check the recorder. I gotta go all through that. Maybe got something. I don't know. The bread that I had set out, along with some of this other food in this area, where if something came by and grabbed it, I should be able to get tracks. But there was nothing. And the open cans of meat, which I had in a different place, super close by, were not touched. Unopened cans were not touched. The mustard was not touched, but the bread was gone with no tracks or no nothing. So I don't know. You know, if it was a small game animal like a raccoon, I feel like I be able to see the tracks coming in, grabbing it, and going off. I've heard people commented and said a crow did it. Flew in, swooped, and grabbed it. And crows, they can carry about a pound or so. So it could theoretically pick up the bread, being that it was a half a loaf, and under a pound. I mean, you think you would find marks of indentations of it moving or scuffling the ground or something. You would think it would land to investigate what it's about to pick up, other than just to grab it from the air and see what it grabs. Um, so it's not enough to say that it's a Bigfoot. It's interesting that there's no impressions left from that. But so other than that, it was just great practice of being out there, researching and practicing and being more physical out there, carrying in 50 pounds worth of equipment, food, tent, uh, camera equipment. I mean, lugging that through. It was 85 degrees of weather. I tell you what, definitely got me more prepared for more expeditions we're going on. Like going back to Florida for 168. Uh, Expeditions we're doing in about a month. Lost Cryptids. We're going into a pretty dense area, pretty dangerous area, and uh,
Dangerous in terms of alligators and stuff,
oh,
crocodiles.
168. Yeah, alligators for sure. Yeah, and snakes, and it's hot, and you're gonna be tromping through the woods, 90 degrees weather. You got to make sure you can physically be capable of going hours of actual research in the woods, not go out there for 30 minutes and say it's too hot, I got to go back and spend the rest of the day in camp. No, that's not how things are supposed to be done. In and includes being here in Michigan too, is being prepared for the expedition we're going to do in a month, that the Lost Cryptids are going to go on deep in the woods, in a pretty dangerous spot here in Michigan. You got to be. I feel like you should always be improving. You should be training yourself. You should be training physically, mentally, and should know your stuff when it comes to research. You should be learning the animals, the calls, signs. You should be strapping however much poundage you got of gear on, strap it on yourself and go walking through the woods. Because if you've never done it and you just go to do it for the first time and it's out on expedition, you're gonna get your butt kicked. You're not gonna be you're gonna be tired. But if you practice this before the expedition, you're gonna be able to go all day long and do this stuff. You know, you gotta walk. I've walked 20 miles and stuff right before the Florida trip, and walked 10 miles few different times. Two different times right before the Michigan one, and I tell you what, it helps. You know, when we go on these expeditions and stuff, I really do want and envision these things to be like the 1800s African explorers, where they're hiking in miles and miles, carrying in all their crap. And yeah, they got like 40 people, 70 people carrying all the crap with them, but these guys were real explorers. They're out there finding what's really out there. Real men doing this stuff, not you know, oh, I forgot the bug spray, so I'm just gonna go out of the woods and not go in them. So yeah, that's my little talk about that. A little rant about you should be physically able to do this crap. You need to you if you're not trying to better yourself with research and trying to better yourself physically, to be out there longer, to be out there, deeper in the woods during all sorts of climate environments. During what do you think happens when winter comes around in Michigan? We're gonna sit inside and not go research. You gotta go out there. It's 0 degrees out. If it's 0 degrees out, guess what? You better prepare for it. Get your butt bundled up. You ain't never been walking through the woods when it's 0 degrees out on an hour or 2 hour march, hike through the woods. You better go train for it, because the first time you go try to do that on something big, you're gonna be falling back. You're gonna be telling, hey people, I gotta go back. Someone take me back, because we're a couple miles in the woods, and now you gotta go back to the cabin or something. So we gotta be physically capable, and able to do this, because I plan on going deeper and farther in the woods this year, especially this year we have been, and it's been successful. And fall is a great time to go out in the woods, and prime time for me. And in winter again, you'll see the videos. You can see the videos. We go out research all times of year during whatever kind of weather, rain, shine, winter storms, don't matter. You're gonna see that if we go out and we do what we say, not go play Bigfoot researchers, not go just go camp out, hang out at camp, you know, sit there and get drunk, do nothing. No, 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 no. If you're there out in the woods trying to look for Bigfoot, you better be out in the woods looking for Bigfoot, not sitting at camp, hanging out at camp. If you wanted to go hang out at camp and go camping, go camping. If you're there to go on a Bigfoot expedition or to look for Bigfoot, do it. Right, James? Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
James is about passing out. If you can get off anytime, man. You don't have to be on for me. I appreciate it. I think we'll be probably getting off here. If there's any last questions, ask them now, or you will have to wait till the you're gonna have to wait till another show where we have open discussion because when I interview people, sometimes I don't ask questions that might not be flowing with a particular topic that we're on, or anything that has to do with him or them, or experiences, or a basic question that you know some of those we don't ask. So if you have a question like that, or something that you want to ask us uh, on a show like this, it's better to ask because if you ask on one show I interview people, I might not start talking about lost cryptids and stuff we've experienced because the shows are about the guests and not us. So the shows like this will be about us, about whatever you guys want to talk about. Uh, Interviews are about the guests and what we talk about with the interviews. So that's about it. I mean, I think we're gonna do more of this, kind of just come on, hang out, talk crap. Um, Hopefully, get more people ask questions. Actually, put the link in the chat. Have people come on, talk. Uh, you'll see more stuff from the Lost Cryptids. I know we're gonna be going out more. Uh, got some more good stuff to show you. We got some stuff that never before released stuff to show you guys. Uh, James is working on audio right now of the trip up to UP. You find anything? I know you haven't sent it my way, but you've been working on it, or you've been slacking a little bit.
I might have been slacking.
He's been slacking. Well, I caught you,
But
so
once I like start working on I'll probably have something within the day.
nah,
I'm
I
one
know.
of them. I'm one of them. They're
You
like
got to.
hours worth you sent me. It's gonna be a while.
I know. I'm just pulling your shade. No, it is. When you record 30 something hours of audio, it takes a while. That's why I'm just messing with you. Uh, and I think that we might start releasing full out audio 24 hours worth of audio on a YouTube video that people can go through and maybe see if they can pick out stuff that maybe we missed, or you know see what their opinion is on stuff that we find. Uh, maybe not. Who knows? I think it'd be a good way to show the evidence the way it is in its raw form. Uh, and before we get off, that's kind of what we are here. Is we do a lot of raw stuff. It's not you know pampered up and stuff presented. It's a lot of it's raw video shot and raw evidence shown to you guys because it's kind of just how it is and the reality of it. It's not all edited up and put it on a screen and given music and to be like, oh, something's gonna happen here. Is there's something on the hill, or there's something in the thermal and it's a horse. If we show you stuff, evidence is this is what happened, this is what we got, this is what the video or stuff shows. Not 5 minutes of teasers to hurry up and show you what is nothing. So that's why you guys don't get a lot of good evidence or anything from us because we're not going to show you anything that's not going to be good. We're not going to sit here and show pictures of faces in the woods that we don't see, that we know we don't see, and we're not going to draw circles around stuff. We're not going to not faking tree structures that easily can be faked by naturally occurring stuff that people think is Bigfoot, or knowingly manipulate it, or knowingly know that it's nature related and they present it as Bigfoot. So that's not ever going to happen. If we find something that isn't Bigfoot and we know it's not Bigfoot, it's not going to be presented as Bigfoot. That's not what this channel is about. That's not what our group's about. It's trying to get the good evidence, presentable evidence, real evidence, honest evidence, not go in the woods and film and blah blah blah. And I found a face, or look at this tree structure that I didn't walk over and I didn't investigate and I didn't see if it was natural. I didn't see if it was, this or that. Anyone can do that with a camera. So, all right, let's get on with the ending of the show, though. Thank you for all who sticked around. It was pretty awesome, you guys. First time kind of doing this kind of general talk like this um, format, and I really appreciate everyone who stayed and listened and asked questions and had nice discussions in the chat room. So, because that's what uh, we want to happen. It's nice discussions and have a nice talk and spread awareness. Have these talks, and so we're gonna come on here and do this and see, so you guys can see basically how we are. I mean, we're not nothing special, but all we do is try to get out in the woods and find Sasquatch. What
Hell
other
yeah.
cryptids? Hell yeah. Oh, that's why. Those. I didn't mean
Do you
to.
know how to fix it?
Yeah. I didn't mean to do that. But since that question is asked, yes, as a
I don't
member
even
of
know what that
that.
means. Oh, 168. Oh, I have
Yeah, yeah.
hours. Yeah.
168. I was there the first time, and we'll be there the second time. And we did get us pretty good stuff. We had some pretty good activity, and I personally filmed something crossing the road in a spider walking fashion. And you guys be able to hear my emotion? Yeah, because I get freaked out because when it moves into this tall grass, I don't hear it after it moves in a couple feet, you know. But you guys all are gonna see that. We're not showing you guys as that clip or evidence of that yet, or anything from Florida that I got until after Kerry Arnold presents his documentary of the 168. After he drops and does a few episodes, you will see some Florida footage from us that I took, and and so you guys will see some of the stuff that probably uh, you guys been waiting for, but we have. But you'll see some of the evidence that we got there that we personally got and the testimonies and stories. But we're waiting on him to drop the documentary out of respect, of course, and it's gonna be awesome. You guys just can't wait for you guys to see his documentary and to see the evidence that we got. It's gonna be awesome, and to go again is a great honor, and we're gonna grab some better stuff, man, because we got better equipment. We know the area, and I'm more motivated than ever with interactions and stuff we keep getting from that last trip, the stuff that was happening in Michigan. It's been a pretty successful year. It's been a great year for the Lost Cryptids and my own personal research. And it's everything's evolving, and just I think good things and big things are gonna be coming, and hopefully we can present it and share it with you guys. So yeah, guess that will answer that one.
Are we
And
done here?
yeah, not yet actually.
Okay. It just seems like you're ending, then you don't. So I'm just
I
wondering.
know. Well, now you gonna have to wait a bit. Actually, the stream is gonna end. I actually have to. My phone just died, so I gotta. Goes
Oh,
one thing after another. I gotta charge my phone for like 5 minutes, and then to shut off the stream. But if you want to get off, we can now. It's just gonna keep running on a blank page. So, uh, thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back on here shortly. We might come back on probably tomorrow for another show like this, or might have a guest. Next week we'll be on the regular time of definitely Thursday and possibly a Wednesday show, but Thursday show for sure. And going to be back out in the woods here show shortly. So more pictures, stuff will be presented on the YouTube and shown on our Facebook group and Facebook page, the Lost Cryptids Conservatory. We are, we're doing our thing, and that's just what we do. We don't want to we don't cause drama. We don't get into crap like that. We observe everything. We have opinions on stuff, and I let my opinions be known. Of people do need to step up, and I think that you're gonna see some evidence and stuff from us more and more, and that this is just what we're getting. So you guys can take it how you want it, and it is what it is. So with that, without further ado, James, we'll get kicked off here, and then here in about 5 minutes, I'll come back on the stream and shut it fully down, guys. So that's that's a wrap.
All right. Well, I don't know. Wait, what's tomorrow? Oh,
Tomorrow
tomorrow's
is Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
I might be available. I don't know if you do one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably gonna jump on. We'll probably just do another general talk of whatever comes up. Throw the link in there and have fun.
All right.
All right. I'll see you later, James.
All right. See you.
All right. Thanks to everyone for watching, and it's been great. See you guys later.